Justin, tell me where you're born and raised, man.
I was born in Canton, Ohio. Born and raised down there, Stark County. Went to high school, Perry High School. We're familiar with the Perry out here that's a little bit farther north, but I was raised in Canton, avid football player, avid athlete, one of three kids, middle child. Of course, middle child, we always have a different perspective on the world, but I'm one of three boys, and that's basically the initial.
All right. Married?
I am married.
What's her name?
My wife's name is Hannah.
Anna. Kids?
Three children. Parker is my oldest, that's my daughter.
Uh-huh.
Two boys, Benjamin and Noah. They're very close together, and they're all going to be teenagers all at the same time. And I'm glad I have no hair because I'm probably going to end up pulling it out.
What are the ages? Are they close to the teenage years?
12, 11, and 9.
Oh, that is real close.
Very close.
Yeah. So tell me, favorite hobby, leisure activity, favorite?
I genuinely enjoy fishing. I wish I had more spare time that I could go out there and do it. There are a few times I've religiously gone on a fishing trip to Pymatuning, which is right at the border of Ohio and Pennsylvania, the northeastern border of it. Him and I have made it a family tradition. This will be our 16th year that we go out there.
16th year?
16th year.
Nice.
I actually had my bachelor party at Pymatuning. We went fishing. My older brother had his bachelor party at Pymatuning. We went fishing. My younger brother had his bachelor party at Pymatuning.
And you guys went fishing.
We went fishing. So kind of a tradition, and we enjoy it.
Tell me three attributes that define you.
I'm motivated. I've always been motivated. I attribute that to my mom. She always instilled a sense of drive in myself and my brothers. I'm precise. My staff would probably tell you that I like everything to be done a particular way, and I think that carries over. My kids would tell you I like things done in a particular way. Not without fight from the kids, a little bit less fight from the staff members that I have.
Motivated, precise. What do you think would be the third attribute that defines you?
Empathetic. You know, just in particular, I'm working with a particular patient right now, a very complex case. And my heart kind of goes out to this individual because there's a lot of things going on, both in her personal and medical care. And everybody that she's seen already just kind of wants to cash it in. They want to do the least amount of work possible. And you can't treat everybody the exact same way. So I like to go above and beyond with my patient base. So I think empathetic would be a good attribute.
Motivated, precise, empathetic. Chiropractor. Why? Tell me a little bit of the story, how it came about.
I started going to a chiropractor when I was 6th, 7th grade, started playing football. My mom religiously went to a chiropractor. Her mother, my grandmother, went to the chiropractor. Dr. Novelli, he was in North Canton. He was the gentleman that I went to. He helped inspire me to kind of go into this field. Avid athlete, as I said, when I was younger. Had a couple complicated injuries. I tore up my ACL 3 years in a row. I flirted with the idea of going to orthopedics, but I didn't like the idea of consistently doing surgeries at that point. I didn't like the idea of prescribing medication on a regular basis. And I gleaned a lot of information from Dr. Novelli when I was younger. And I liked the idea of trying to manage and rehabilitate individuals versus going to the end-all be-all at that point, which is more of a surgical approach. So I enjoy my profession. I've been doing it for 19 years. I plan on doing it for a lot longer. I think I still have the same energy that I had, maybe not quite to the same degree, but I still have a lot of the same energy that I had when I first started practicing.
Summarize and tell us the service you offer as a chiropractor. Yeah.
For my practice in particular, we treat workers' compensation, we treat personal injury, we treat private insurance. I like to do a lot of sports rehabilitation. I like working with athletes. Our primary location that we started our business at, our practice at, was in the Mentor Willoughby area. That has grown fairly well over the past 12 years. Align Chiropractic has been in existence for 12 years. I really have a soft spot working with the athletes, whether they be high school aged, my gym rats that come in and they want me to try to fix them. I enjoy doing that, which tend to be some of the more complicated cases. And strangely, I talked about, the path versus orthopedic versus chiropractic. I actually enjoy the orthopedic cases, the individuals that come in with a torn rotator cuff or a torn meniscus or a total knee replacement, because I like to be on the pre-surgical part of it, and I really enjoy the post-surgical part of it. Because again, not everybody is cut and dry the exact same rehabilitative plan.
Right.
You have to cater it to the individual. And I like
Right.
that. I
Right.
like to put together a protocol, and I like to see it from the beginning of post-surgical to the end of post-surgical. And it genuinely gives me pleasure to shake somebody's hand and say, it has been fantastic working with you. You don't have to come back and see me unless you need to come back and see me.
So what is that reward for you? Like the stuff that you do, that we do, right? I do this, you do that.
The reward,
What's that moment that you like, oh, that's it. That's why I do this.
the reward, and I oftentimes say this with my patients, right when they come in post-surgically, just remember how you feel right now, because I want you to compare it to it when we get to the end of this road. And it's not an easy road.
Mm-hmm.
Post-surgical rehabilitation, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of frustration. It affects your daily life, it affects your interaction with your family members. Pre-surgically, same thing. You're frustrated. How am I going to be? Am I going to be the same with the surgery? The athletes, listen, I don't want to miss any time from sports. I want to be able to go back and perform the same way that I did before. The injured worker, how long am I going to miss time from work? All these questions coming in there, and I like to take time and spend time with the patients, explain to them what's going on, be open to communicate with them, and then have them have that satisfaction when we get to the end. There's always going to be a goal that's return back to the way you were prior to needing my care. Sometimes it's a short road, sometimes it's a long road, but there is that sense of satisfaction when somebody looks up at me and said, thank you for putting in the time. Thank you for, working with me the way that you did, which I in turn respond, well, thank you for listening to what I've asked you to do.
And you only get there if you have a point of reference, which is the beginning.
Remember what it's
Yeah.
like at this point. I want you to compare it to it when we get to our goal.
Justin, what separates you from other chiropractors? What would you say?
Oh, my profession is a very interesting profession. I would not consider myself the traditional chiropractor in terms of just spinal manipulation. And I think that goes in line with what we just discussed. I like dealing with more extremity type of injuries. Of course, I'll do spine, neck, low back, mid back, disc injuries, nerve impingement, but I like dealing with the extremities as well too. I like complex shoulder injuries. I like complex knee and hip injuries. I like nerve entrapment. I like working with what may not be considered traditional chiropractic care. I work with several orthopedists. I work with neurologists. I work with pain management physicians. We have a wide spectrum of physicians that we work with. And we found the physicians that we like working with over the past 12 years. And I don't really prescribe the fact of, I'm a chiropractor, come in and see me, once a week for 20 weeks, and then we'll reassess at that point. I like to tell the patient, you're going to tell me where we need to be as far as your symptom management, your condition management, and then you'll come back and see me when you need to see me. I'm not big into mandating come see me for the rest of your life.
Now, you have been a tenant very short amount of time.
Correct.
But so far, what are some of the positive things that you've seen over there at the Solon building being a tenant?
It's always clean. I like that. Ample parking. All of my patients readily find me that have come over thus far. Tim, who is in charge of maintaining the building, is always available. He is eager to make sure everything is done that needs to be done. The suite that we took over was prepared to what we agreed upon when I took over. The other tenants, in passing, I've said hello. Everybody's been very pleasant with me. I like the location. I like the tenants that's over there. I like the way everything has been run thus far. So I have nothing bad to say about it. I've been very pleased.
Good to hear that. So I guess I was going to ask you, how would you rate your experience with GMR Commercial, but I think you answered that question already, so I appreciate it. Okay, Justin, what is your superpower, man? What is the thing that you were just great at?
Wow, my superpower. I could take the easy answer and I could say cooking chicken because my kids swear that I cook the best chicken on the face of the planet. But that would be the easy route. No, I'm going to stick with cooking chicken. I cook chicken better than anybody else that I know.
It's like I actually could fight you on that one, but I'm on because this is about you.
I will challenge you to a chicken cook-off at some point. How about that?
Oh man.
I grill chicken. I saute chicken. I do pulled chicken in the crock pot. My youngest one, Noah, at 9 years old, is a very picky eater. And he has come to me and said, I will only eat chicken if Dad makes it. Well, why is that? Because Dad, you make the best chicken.
Awesome.
So we share
That's
that.
a bad good.
That is, and it makes me feel good.
Awesome. I appreciate it, man. You know what? This definitely got to know. I got to know you a little bit more.
I appreciate that.
For sure. Okay, and so will everyone. We have businesses and we provide a service, but people come to see you and what you build. So part of you it's in your business. It's what you build. It's how people on your team do things. That's a total reflection on you. So business is not this, it's not walls, it's not tables, it's not is what you brought into it, man. I mean, that's the way I see it.
And I agree with you. I mean, it's a lot of hard work, but you build a reputation, you build an expectation, and you have to deliver upon that. And a lot of my patient base comes from word of mouth referral, and I do appreciate that. But I like what I do. In fact, I love what I do, and I hope that comes across when I have a new patient that comes in and sees me, or a patient that I've seen over the past several years. For whatever reason, they have to come back. But I like what I do, and I hope that comes across.
And I can tell that you do by the way you talking about it. You can't fake that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your clients know too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mauricio. Appreciate it.